to our
There you go.
pre-service. Hi, welcome once again to our pre-service conversation, our pre-celebration gathering. So glad you could join us.
Yeah, what's up?
You're doing all right, of course.
Yes, sir.
Last night, Bill Winston was out of his mind with goodness, and God used him mightily.
Yeah,
I was so glad to hear him again. It was almost like I hadn't heard the sermon before.
right. I'm gonna go back and watch it again.
It had a lot in it.
Yeah, a lot in it. A whole lot in it.
And he preached about 30 minutes longer than he normally does.
Mm-hmm. He does that a lot when he comes here. He says, "I got to go by a certain time." And
Preaching house.
Yeah, he gets in there.
Yeah, he preaching house, man. He can't come in here because
Yeah.
they're paying rapt attention to him. And,
Absolutely.
you know, they've come out to see him. The crowd is always good when he comes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of his faith boys were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say it is an easy house to preach in.
Oh yeah. If you have something to say.
If you have something to say. If you don't have something to say, then you know.
Nah,
But
you're gonna holler at us the whole time.
yeah.
We'll stay with you, but we won't get much out of it.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Hey y'all. Welcome
How y'all
on
doing?
in.
I can't see today.
Give me this.
No, it's all right. They're just my glasses. Oh, they're dirty. No wonder.
Y'all can tell it's the end of the week. We getting loopy.
We loopy on Monday.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true. We've been loopy since this darn COVID thing started.
Yeah,
man.
man, we've been acting crazy.
Shoot. What's up, y'all?
Hey, Betty, how you doing?
Hey.
Sandra Bell, how are
How
you?
you doing? Tanya, Dwayne Borders, Ursula.
Dwayne
hey,
Borders. Your last name Borders? Do you have any relatives in the Boston area, Dwayne? That pastor a church?
I remember him. Yeah. Hey, y'all.
John Borders.
Come on in. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Mona.
Good morning. Hope y'all ready for this conversation with Bishop Walker at 12 noon. Louisiana, what's up? Illinois.
They got good food in Louisiana,
They
man.
do, man.
Lord,
Jesus, keep me at the cross.
that New Orleans is out of this world.
Ah,
I don't even intend to stay on the wagon when I go there.
right?
I don't even play with myself.
you
like
know
that.
it's gonna mess up.
I don't even fantasize about staying on some kind
Yeah.
of strict eating. No, man.
Nah, man.
I got to have a po' boy, and I got to
Yeah.
have some gumbo, and I got to have those desserts they love down
Yeah.
there. Man, I ain't worried about no diet when I go to New Orleans, man.
Bananas Foster.
Yeah, all that, man. We just
Yeah,
can't,
man.
you know.
And not
Mm.
some crawfish.
I don't eat dessert most of the time, but when I go down there, every meal, dog.
Every meal.
Every meal. Every
I
meal.
don't blame you.
I don't mess
I don't
around.
blame you.
You can't go to New Orleans and not eat.
Right. You have
It's
to.
impossible.
Got some good food down there, man.
Gracious, I speculate.
Yeah. 2 restaurants I went to that was wonderful down there. Brennan's, and I can't remember the name of the other one. It was
I've never been to Pastor Bishop, what's his name?
Bristol.
Bristol.
Mm.
Took me to a breakfast spot.
Mm.
Didn't look like much. Clean.
Yeah.
It was old. Doctor.
Yeah, as you go.
Man. I said, Bristol, how you expect me to do the pastor seminar?
Yeah.
And you fed me
Be
like
like
this.
this.
I was ridiculously full. I was so miserable. I had to lean on the pulpit for the first 30 minutes, man. It was terrible.
That's hilarious. What's up, y'all? Come on in.
What's up, Sister Dalton Hill?
Hi. Y'all got any questions? Please put them in the comments.
Yeah.
Hey, Sister Wendy from
Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson,
I
Mississippi.
preached in Jackson.
Mississippi.
Yeah, I preached in Jackson. We had to fly into New Orleans and drive into something.
Oh,
Because they're all down there together, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mississippi, man. I preached in Jackson. I'm trying to remember the pastor's church. It's a beautiful church, though.
Mm-hmm. Was it recent?
No, a couple years ago.
Couple years ago.
Yeah, I was on a New Orleans
Oh yeah.
that tour. I was on a New Orleans, and it wasn't really a tour. I did New Orleans, and I did another church in New Orleans, and then I did Mississippi, and I came back and did another church in New Orleans, and then we came back. Another check in Louisiana, and came back.
That's a tour.
Yeah,
He was on the tour.
I just called it 4 dates.
I know you trying to minimize it, but that was yeah, he was
It
on
was
tour.
4 dates. You know, the whole team. I remember we had to drive in a limo from New Orleans to what's the name? It begins
You
with
could,
an L. It's another city. It's about 3-4 hours away. It'll come to me.
Because I think you were in Baton Rouge too, right? I think you went to all the different
Oh
ones.
yeah, we did that one, but this was another one where we had to take a limo down. We stopped in one of these little rest stop towns.
Mm.
So it's 5 black folk get out of the limousine.
Mm.
We walked in the gas and eat place.
Yeah.
Man, all conversation stopped.
Mm.
I looked around and said, "Hey y'all."
Yeah.
He started smiling.
Like, man.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say, "You boys lost?"
Yeah, about to say, I'm glad you. Yeah.
But it was all right.
Kissimmee, Florida.
You down kissing me?
How you guys doing?
Hi, Vivian.
So cool.
That's near Disneyland.
People from all over coming on, and
Yeah, it's Disney. That's Disney World territory down there.
Yep.
Praying for y'all in Florida.
yeah.
They're not
Yes.
making good decisions. I see the Juneteenth thing is happening today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Commemorating.
Yeah, my president made an error in scheduling his rally,
Mm.
there, but also they're not really observing the health restrictions they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Remember,
Oh, he was a member there.
He used to call me bookstore. Help coach the track team.
Oh, hey, man. Oh, we're talking about our church.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking him about
Yeah.
the church in Boston.
Yeah, he said he didn't know.
Okay.
That person.
You don't know him?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was he just talking about?
Oh, the Juneteenth thing.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I blame his handlers for the mistakes that he's making, but then I understand he doesn't listen to his handlers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And he said he made Juneteenth famous,
How did he make it famous?
and he's done everything better than anybody else. So
How did he make it famous?
he I guess because he shined like he's president, so he talked about it. So nobody knew about Juneteenth until he said something about it.
Who's nobody?
He probably didn't know about Juneteenth until somebody told him last week. Okay, you're in Seattle now, Dwayne. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I thought
How
that,
you like it out there in the rainy place?
I don't know. I thought that was Pastor Borders from before. That was from.
Well, Pastor
Seattle.
Borders is from Boston.
The one was in the Harvest before. Dwayne Borders.
We had a Dwayne Borders in the Harvest.
Well, yeah, I think from Seattle. I think that may not be his first
John
name.
Borders is in Boston.
It was another one. It used to be a Harvest pastor. Last
Okay.
name Borders.
Yeah, John Borders from Boston is what's the name of his church? Missionary Baptist Church, something.
Okay. Cedar Hill, Texas. What's up? Yeah, hey, West Philly.
West Philly.
Y'all got questions?
I was raised in West Philly,
Put 'em in
partially.
Yeah.
Cedar Hill, Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad people are. I mean, Juneteenth was
She said
starting.
she came to Power of God last year.
Cool.
Juneteenth was started.
I would say that people started in the past couple of years started celebrating it some more, but I think it really became more pronounced now with all the injustice going on.
Mhm.
It's crazy. They were free from slavery 2 years later. That's when they got the message. If
That's
nobody went out there and
ridiculous.
say nothing to them,
They still thought they were slaves.
they still thought they were slaves
So they were actually delivered and didn't know it.
and didn't know.
Ooh,
Yep.
that'll preach.
No knowledge of it.
That'll
Yep.
preach.
Yep. That'll preach. Yep.
That'll preach.
No clue.
But it did not
Mhm.
take full effect until they received the word on it.
Yep.
Oh,
They had to get the
Juneteenth
word.
message to preach.
Yes, sir. They had to get the word
They
out.
had to get the word, man. Had not, and they say they brought them the word,
Yep.
and it was a rhema word.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Use free.
Oh yeah.
2 years.
Wow.
So we commemorate that.
Don't we do that as people?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Operate under a lid that has been lifted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get the word.
Got to.
Yeah. Because some people, and I mean, so I know some people from before. They have every right to. They don't celebrate the 4th of July.
Oh
and
yeah.
because of, they're like,
not everybody's
we wasn't
liberty.
free.
No, it's not
Yeah,
everybody's
we
liberty.
wasn't free.
And I said it during the panel discussion. We're still being shot in the street.
Mm-hmm.
We are not free.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's easy to think you have some semblance of freedom as you watch from your 4-bedroom house,
Mm-hmm.
our 4-bedroom houses with our, 3/4 acre lots and 2-car garages, and,
Mm-hmm.
foreign automobiles sitting in the driveway. It's easy to think you're free.
Yep.
The physical change may have been taken away,
Yep.
but we're still linked to unequal opportunity and justice. Not safe in the streets.
Yep.
Learning that it's hard to trust authority and
Mm-hmm.
that our rights are not. We're still chained to those things,
Mm-hmm.
but because we've been liberated technically,
Yep.
we're not liberated practically.
Practically, yeah. Stuff's still happening. Hey,
And
Sharp.
and I think we tend to think that because many of us have been allowed by God to get a measure of success.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean everybody else is enjoying it. And I'm not talking about the crowd that doesn't want it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about simply having the basic rights, being able to, if my son gets afraid and starts running from the police and he's not armed,
Mm-hmm.
do you have to shoot him down?
Yep, exactly. Yep. Yep.
Now, and then I watch some other people get chased all over
Mm-hmm.
a parking lot at a mall with a gun in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They get tasers. That's all they get, or
If they get tased.
yeah. Hey, Charlotte. And people bring up, well, there are more whites that are killed by police than blacks. But I'm like, but when you do the percentages,
They don't show it.
when you do the percentages, we're what, maybe 13, 14% of the population.
Yeah, we got a high percentage of deaths.
That percentage is much higher. So yeah, a couple people found hung around the country.
That's in Texas, right?
2 were in California, I think. 1 was in Texas. I can't remember where the other ones are.
I know from one of our longtime members who was stationed in Missouri. I forget the name of the fort. And this was always ironic to me. They told the soldiers in their uniforms not to use the back entrance of the fort, the United States Army.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go out the back, we can't be responsible for your safety.
And then you want to fight for this country that won't fight for you home.
They were finding African Americans hung
Mm-hmm.
outside the Walmart on a regular basis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do I have a uniform on?
Mm-hmm.
And when I go in town, you don't want to serve me. Certain places you can't go.
Yep.
But absolutely, do not
Mm-hmm.
go out of the back of this fort.
Yep.
Take the long road out the front.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take the shortcut out the back.
That's crazy. So fight for our country,
Mhm.
but we're not going to fight for you to stay alive in this area.
Mhm. And I know folk.
That's
I know a couple that was followed by a truck
Mhm.
and escaped. What's the name? Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow.
Don't go out with it. You in the army fighting for the very people that if you go out the back of the fort, they might kill you.
Yep. And then people get mad when African Americans don't see the flag the same as other people.
Amen.
I don't know about you. My grandfather was in the Navy.
Okay.
So you in the Navy, and then you coming home to, you can't eat at certain counters, and you fighting for a country.
That's offensive.
Yeah, and you come home and you can be lynched. That's
That's offensive.
like, come on, y'all. Like, let's be realistic here. The GI Bill, all that stuff. Couldn't even use it.
Muhammad Ali wasn't all wrong.
No.
No, he wasn't all wrong.
How these Christians moving to be more influential?
I think the juggernaut of the body of Christ, especially the African American church, has to become the spear again for social justice. The problem I think we're having, and we discussed this on a panel that you're going to enjoy later today at 3:00, is that I don't think we should I don't think we are comprised of people who want to mass a sustained effort. When I say sustained effort, I'm not talking about a week or two.
Yeah.
I use the bus boycott as an example. They boycotted for 381
days.
381 days. Over a year they boycotted. And I'm not sure we have in this modern group that we have and who we have in the body of Christ now is ready to sustain that kind of effort. But without a sustained effort, we won't get any change. The needle will not shift. The needle will quiver. It will not shift. And what we've been enjoying is a quivering needle and not a shifting needle.
Yep.
If we're being shot down in the street, we are not truly free.
Yep.
Sister Gambrell says they called it Fort Lost in the woods.
Wow. That's crazy.
What's Christy Magnum saying? She got a statement?
That's the statement we talked about
the
Juneteenth and how it happened. Yeah, man. It's and then the one I'm sure you probably heard the Atlanta Police Department since they brought the guy up on charges for killing the guy at the Wendy's.
That was jogging. Oh, at the Wendy's.
Wendy's, yeah.
At Wendy's.
You didn't hear about that one?
What Wendy's?
There was a guy that was drunk in the parking lot, but he was sitting in his car.
Oh, the guy sitting in his car.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cop that killed him.
They said he was blocking the drive-in.
Well, I didn't read the whole story.
Yeah, like he pulled up and fell asleep.
Yeah, he fell asleep. He was compliant at first, and I think he went to grab a taser. Anyway, but they got charges against the cop, and then some of the police officers protested and walked out.
Why?
Because they're pressing charges against the cop. That to me.
So you're getting shot for being drunk now?
Yeah. That to me is insane. So you want everybody else held accountable, but you're upset when your own is being held accountable?
Yeah, of course.
It's ridiculous.
Christy Magnum. Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you for loving us from Texas. Are you a part of our Connections Church, Christy?
Okay.
We have a virtual congregation that if you feel led by God, we'd love you to join. That's for all those people that are really blessed by the ministry and who want to be a part as much as possible, want to engage more than just watching online, become an actual part of what we do and a partner in the ministry with us. And for people just like you who love the ministry but live in Texas, can't come but maybe once or twice a year to convocation or something like that. Our Connections Church is the place you want to be.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So you start to get some of the benefits of being actual member of the physical church here. It's really good.
Yeah. Yep. All right, y'all. We got about a minute. Connections, email connections@gotobethany.com. Connections@go2. I'll put it in the chat. Connection.
One lady said her husband did basic training at Fort Lost in Missouri. I didn't know Sister Gambrell was there 3 years.
Yeah. Antoine, we'll answer your question at the second half because
Antoine?
Yeah.
Which Antoine?
Antoine McGee.
He got a real question?
Yeah, he wants to know how millennials and Gen Z, the young folk, can do to make some changes, do differently.
I think you harness your passion.
Yeah.
Learn from the previous successes of the protests that happened before, and then learn from the failures that we had. We learned that rioting doesn't do it.
Yeah.
If for no other reason that it cripples our communities for 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't seen one fully recover yet from a riot.
Yep.
I didn't know that the National Guard was up in Mount Airy and
they were up there, yep. In West Philly.
Like a week and a half.
In West Philly, yep. If our folk would get out and vote like they're supposed to,
we wouldn't have this
some
problem.
Real changes.
Locally and nationally.
And our folk running for office too. All right.
We got to go.
Yeah, we'll see y'all at the end. We hope you guys enjoyed the discussion with Bishop and Bishop Joseph Walker. We'll see y'all on the back end a little after 12:30. All right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Later.